Hi everyone, good morning. It's me, Lacey. Oh my God, it's so weird saying your own name. Do it right now. Say it out loud. Introduce yourself and say your own name. It feels so weird. Good morning. I am currently having my cup of tea, and let's talk about them alienos. Aliens. Let's talk about that. Because I'm a little bit irritated. A little bit. Going back in the past for me, I didn't know anything about religions. I didn't know any of the information contained within. I didn't know about that stuff. And so I was going on whatever I had, right? My parents were not in any way spiritual or religious. They denied the existence of God and did so a lot when I was young. So for me, I went in ignorant. I was a child. And I've said this before. I knew it was spirit realm stuff. But yeah, this is the absolute truth. I always hoped there was more because of the experience I went through, right? Like the horrible experience. So I always hoped that there was more to life, like, and more to this world, and that it wasn't as bad as it seemed. So of course I started to daydream about beings coming to change things and make a difference, right? Like whether it be angels or whatever. Because I always thought that, there's most likely other life out there somewhere. Even though we can't see it or they don't talk to us, there's a reason, things like that, even when I was young. But I was very aware of the spirit realm. I thought these two things were different. Aliens, spirit realm. But it's not. It's not. Mm-mm. There are things that I don't know. Things that I don't understand. I've said this before about they say these beings are dimensional. Sometimes they can come into our dimension and be physical, just like us. You can high five. And sometimes they're invisible to us, out of our frequency, vibration, and energy, right? Have you heard? I know this was being said. Remember that video with that gray alien and they're talking to him like in an interview? This was very popular. Okay, it's not real. It's almost like because that's clearly CG. Like it's not real. Um, it's almost like an interpretation from or a channeling, if you want to call it that, from these beings. There's a lot of people that are highly spiritual that can connect with the spirit realm. I don't. It says in this book here about these spiritual elemental kingdoms that they all do want to assist us, but they can't agree how, and they don't know exactly how. I don't know if the alien extraterrestrial angle, it's most likely to get people paying attention to it because our environment is so dense and heavy. Of course, you're looking for a way out of it. So there comes these temptations with that, okay? So, in that video with the little gray, he says something that a lot of people repeated, but I don't think you really understood that. A lot of people misinterpreted what he said. I'm just trying to generate focus and balance the energies with my hands like this. So what he said is, we used to be just like you. That doesn't mean they looked human. That doesn't mean they were human once and then they turned into that. That means they were here on the Earth School, like all these other beings were. They went through the Earth School first and then moved out to different realms of existence. It's true that you never die. That's what they mean. Your spirit, your energy, it lives on forever. Your eternity is much, much longer than your physical life. Your physical life is very short compared to eternity and the etheric realms. There's a huge play on words. And in my experience, I have noticed that these beings are okay with assumptions because it kind of leaves them off of the hook. Well, I didn't tell you I was an alien. Oh, I didn't tell you this. You just assumed it. You see what I'm saying? Some people can say, oh, it's just you. Sadly not. I was hoping too, right? You're always hoping that there's something more. That's why I idolized these people. That's why it affected me so deeply. And I don't like to talk about others in a negative light. I don't. It bothers me that I have to. Unfortunately, somebody's got to say it. So they used to be just like us because they were on the Earth School like us. All of them say this. They all went through this process. They all went through the process of initiation, aka consciousness, your energy, your soul, your body, all of this, and your mind, and all of that, ascension, to rise up, to increase your light, not your dark. There's lots of interpretations about it, but that's what they did. They completed their soul school, and it says the 7 choices before the perfect human. That means light being. Where is it there? Do you see it? Right here, how they wrote it like that? Human. That's the reason. Because you are light, you are energy, you're raising your energy. That is what consciousness ascension is. It's your energy, your soul, the information, the capacity in which you contain information. But it says here, the 7 choices before the perfect human. So once you go through all of this, the solar logos must be another word for the Great Spirit, God, Source. Serving the solar logos called the avatar of synthesis. I have to define this word, 1 second. I believe there might be a term, might be wrong. This is energetic manipulation, synthesis. the combining or separating of elements, we're dealing with the elemental kingdom, or substances to form a coherent whole. The complex whole so formed, formation of a compound from simpler compounds or elements. Yes, these are builders. Its job is to transmute the 7 rays, that's probably our range of light vision, from the heart of the sun through the 7 spirits before the solar throne to all the life waves of the solar system. Yeah, that's what that is. So, right, I forgot. So the 7 choices for the perfect human. Remain with humanity as an official of the hierarchy. So when you hear people be like, I'm an ambassador, Corey Good did that, Elena Danun did that, those are the only two that I can remember right now. Yeah. Remain with humanity. Oh, okay. It's like becoming a. Hang on. I have to define a word again so I know for sure. Yeah. Define. Yeah. An enlightened being, out of compassion, foregoes nirvana and other. Oh, yeah. So instead of moving on in your state to the next realms, you stay here. A person generally who has taken specific lay or monastic vows is on the road to perfect knowledge, specifically one who forgoes personal nirvana, so your personal heaven you don't go to, in order to help others achieve enlightenment. Oh, like what I'm doing. Don't take that the wrong way. I don't think I'm a god or anything. An enlightened being existing in a form of existence beyond the ordinary forms of physical reality. That's what these extraterrestrials sound like. Ordinary forms of physical reality understood and acknowledged by Western scientific thought, resembling the Western notion of angels, but with the wealth of its own nuisances and expectations. These include the compassionate workings for enlightenment for all sentient beings. I was right. Thank you, God. I was in so much pain and turmoil. I prayed so hard, and then finally. So, there's no way I can say this word. Bodhisattva? Oh my God. My Caucasian is showing. That's what I just heard. How embarrassing. I can't say these words. I'm not Indian. I don't speak that language. Forgive me. Let me try another one. Nirmanakaya. Kaya. Oh my God. Help me, Lord. Here, look, I'll just show you, okay? I'm going to put the video back up. I can't see myself right now. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, look, I'll show you the words that you're aware, okay? Because I know that I suck at that, okay? Here we go. This one here. And this one here. Okay? I hope that shows it right because it looks backwards to me. But here it is right here. Okay, this is what I'm trying to read to you. Number 3, join the daevas. That's more of the elemental kingdom. Like what I was before, a combination of these. Anyway, because it was a science experiment that went real bad. But that's the antediluvian age and the Atlantean age and all that stuff, which I briefly talked about. But like I said, there's so little of it, and I can hardly make sense to describe what I'm seeing. A lot of it's battles anyway. Um, so join the daevas, and let's look up that definition so that we know, right, what a daeva actually is. It's like a demigod. Any group of deities that are endowed with great power and in the later tradition are considered to represent aspects of the Godhead. Yeah. And any of large heterogeneous group of supernatural beings. This is just on, well, I use DuckDuckGo, but I just put Deva and then meaning and pressed enter, okay, on my search engine. So supernatural beings, including the deities that guard the 4 cardinal points or the 4 worlds and other inhabitants of planes. Yeah, that was me. Of existence transcending the world of humans. Yeah. Davids are not immortal. That's true. Although they may have lifespans lasting billions of years. That's true. I lived through the entire age. Like, I was there from the start to the end of the age. Yeah. Devas are not immortal, although they have lifespans lasting billions of years and be exempt from human illnesses such as hunger and pain. Yeah. Or 3. A god. Oh. Listen, I wasn't a god. None of them. Well, I mean, well, you know how it went. In a god in Vedic mythology, or it's not really mythology at all. Vedic cosmology is incredible. It's really difficult for me to understand, but it's incredible. And that's how I saw the rings and all of this stuff that people are basing their creations off of. So, so become a deva. Join the staff corps, the solar logos. This is like what I call the outer space police. These are like, well, when I think about it, it's some of these people in like the blue suits, like the outer space police. That's what they were to me anyway. Join the masters living inside etheric cities. That's why Elena says these beings live on another dimension of their planet. So they might be on Jupiter, but we can't see them because they're on another dimension. That's the spirit realm. Or one of these etheric planes, okay? Yeah. Join the masters living etheric cities who supervise the sun, or who inside. Okay, so they don't live inside the sun, I don't think. Okay, there's stuff left to interpretation, and this was actually changed. Initiation has been wiped from the internet. You can't find it anymore. They deleted it off Wikipedia. They're trying to get rid of it because clearly they must have noticed that it helped somebody. Who supervise the activities of the solar angels that direct the process of evolution of the life waves, the cycles of the process of reincarnation and those cycles, right? Everybody's got different jobs in the afterlife. Some people do this, some people do that. In my astral dreams, lucid dreams when I was young, I talk about this in my book, and I think I talked about this on my channel, where there were 2 beings. Oh, I closed the book. There were 2 beings on either side of me, and they were holding me up in my spirit body. Now, if you watch the movie Defending Your Life, it's from 1991. It's about a fellow that dies, and he goes to like a court system, okay? This will show you what I'm talking about. You don't really know how to work your spirit body. It's actually really funny. If you watch these people on the bus, they're like, because they don't know how to work it yet. They don't know about the afterlife. They weren't informed, so they're like little children. These old elderly people in these white nightgowns. They're just like, huh, huh, and it's on purpose, right? It's to show you that they're ignorant in the spirit. So if you watch this, you're going to know what I'm talking about. That there's like, this guy even has like, what is this? I think it's his lawyer, sort of, okay? And he disappears for a few days. And the guy's like, where have you been? And he's like, look, I can tell you, but you wouldn't even get it. You wouldn't understand. He's like, I want to know. You left me here and blah, 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 blah. So the guy goes, well, I was trapped in like a trans-dimensional existence, blah, 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 blah. And the guy's like, what? Yeah, it's hilarious, okay? But it's true. And he doesn't comprehend it. But he told him, because he made him, and it's hilarious. So you'll really get, I will put a link for at least, I can get you a free copy of the film from one of those streaming sites, but I'll put the trailer of it down below in the description. Just one second. Right, so that was a knock at the door. My superintendent of the building came to the door. He brought me a bag of milk. I was talking about how I didn't have any, and he brought me some. So that was very nice. And now I can put milk in my tea. See? mm. Just really quick. I have a stomach acid thing. Like, sometimes I'll eat a meal, and it feels like I've dropped it into a thing of lava. Just, and I'm still hungry. Gosh, it's so irritating. So I have to have certain things to help take care of that. God help me if I eat like marinara sauce or anything like that at that time. So, yeah, my stomach acid production is quite a bit. But I didn't puke today, which is good. I didn't puke for a while, but I thought that I might because it was getting a little, you know, especially if I drink the tea without milk. But that's why sometimes I'll drink the herbal tea, which I like, but it still gives me a little bit of heartburn. Believe it or not, peppermint tea gives me heartburn. Yeah. Okay. Evolution of life waves, the process of reincarnation. So we're talking about the beings that have these different types of jobs. Oh, I came back quickly, didn't I? It's because I also don't have any weed. It's fine. It's the only reason why I'm like this time is because I don't have my savings to fall back on because I used them all to save Mister. Well, and I literally like had to go into more because then I had to send him to heaven. So all my savings are gone so that I don't have that to rely on. But I'm going back to work in September. So it's sometime in August, my staff meeting. I didn't get an email about it yet, but I'm sure I will. Everybody will. So yeah, and I have a job and I get paid $20 an hour. That's why I'm not asking anybody for money because I don't need your money. I don't want your money. I don't need to further myself in life or raise myself up off the backs of others. No thanks. I'm good. Like, I'm okay. Like, it's difficult for me to explain because I'm thinking about all the assumptions that people make about me without even getting to know me enough, you know? Maybe just watching 5 minutes of a video and then thinking you have me figured out. So that's difficult to process. I do know that I can't please everybody, and that's not my goal. And I'm not going to be able to, what's that word? Satisfy everyone with everything that I say. You know, there's going to be some people that just don't like me, and that's okay. You know? Like, there's nothing I can do about that. Sorry. Okay. Who supervise the activities of the solar angels. So these are like beings that have ascended to these higher levels of existence that now have different jobs in the universal cycle, role. I'm having a hard time grasping the words I want. In the big picture of things, okay? How it all functions, just like how cellular theory is. Claudio Nocelli made a video about that the other day, and I was like, that's good. He must have already known about it, but I didn't watch it. I don't watch that channel anymore. I don't support the channel anymore. But I did just go and see, what he's talking about. And now there's another book coming out. Maybe this is just how some people need to survive. I don't know. I know that in Argentina, there's probably a difficult job market. Like, the economy is really bad. So it may be just circumstances. Like I said, he's a lot more honest. He says, and I think it's not the first book, the second one, where it says, where does this information come from? He talks about astral travel and being an astral traveler. So, and that's like these guides and stuff like that. These are their jobs. They're to help other souls in the process of soul school. Like teachers almost. Well, they are teachers. All right, finally, let's just finish this part. The solar angels that direct the process of evolution, of the life waves, process of reincarnation, of the beings on all the planets of the solar system, all of whom, except those on Earth, live on the etheric planes of their planets. Right there. Did you read about this, Elena? You should have just told them. Or, number 5, prepare the work of the next chain. Join the subsection of the staff corps of the solar logos, who are the solar planners who plan the future development of planetary civilizations in the solar system, like the custodians and the Anunnaki. I know. Custodian means caretaker, janitor. Would you like me to define it? Let's do that. I'm not trying to, I know that my voice I didn't mean to sound like that. What did I say? What are we looking up? Oh, custodian. Oh my gosh. That's the weed. Custodian. One that has change of something. A caretaker. The custodian of a minor child's estate. The custodian of an absentee landlord's property. It's a caretaker. A janitor. One who has care or custody as of some public building, or keeper or superintendent. Isn't that funny how mine just came to the door? Caretaker. That's what custodian means. Okay? Anunnaki is defined by, I'm sure, it was Zachariah Stitchin who did those translations. But Anunnaki, from memory, is those who have descended from heaven to earth. Let's look it up. What it says. Whoops. Any group of powerful earth spirits or, jinn, jinn. That's why he told me he's Anunnaki. Any group of powerful Babylonian earth spirits or jinni, that's jinn, servitors of the gods. Heaven and earth, An and Ki, the god of the heavens and the goddess of the earth. And their primary function was to decree the fates of humanity. Is that why they're calling us? Oh, dang. I didn't expect that today. To clean up the mess. They told me that before. Oh my God. Okay. Six and seven, enter nirvana, become a... Pray for me now for me to say this. Pratyekabuddha. Oh my word. I'm gonna need to practice this stuff. I'm gonna have to listen to them being said and try to get better. It's not like I'm judging myself. I actually do. I want to be able to say this. The other day I tried to say feminism and I stumbled all over it. Feminism. And my friend Lise was like, what? She's my neighbor from my old building. What'd you say? Yeah, because I told her that people were saying that I'm this way because of feminism, and I told her, I don't even know what that really is. She burst out laughing. Okay, so here's the word anyway. Oh, I gotta see myself. I put my video down. I can't see myself. So I can show you properly. Hi. This is my book that I wrote. If you're wondering, it's not for sale. This word right here. Okay? And that's all it says. Hang on. The avatar of synthesis is functioning at the 17th level of initiation. That's quite a lot. In the Ascended Master teachings, this being is called Ray o Light. The only master above all these levels is the Christ. The solar logos itself must be at least several levels beyond the 17th level. The solar logos, the sun god in theosophy, it's almost like the universal consciousness as its physical representation, the life giver, the sun. Is personified as the cosmic being Helios and his twin flame, celestial wife, Vesta, the god and goddess of this solar system. Helios is in Sailor Moon. That's what Pegasus's real name is. Now, you can see this stuff in Vedic cosmology. As I'm reading it, I'm remembering stuff. So it's not like they copied it. They're trying to simplify it because, holy, if you look at it, it is phenomenal. Like, they really did an incredible job. Now, never mind, we're not going to get into it. Because I hate when people are arguing, fighting about, we were first, we did it first, blah, 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 blah. No, you weren't. Nobody was first. tons of beings and civilizations have come and gone before us, and they did it first. You know what I'm saying? Before us. So, I think it's so stupid. Yeah. So, one of the biggest helps was this book here with Marlene Marie Druhan, how she talks about astral travel, cosmic relationships, all kinds. Look there, I just turned to a page that says breaking the bonds of the flesh. So, and our physical vessels is what holds us back from our consciousness ascension because, of pleasure seeking, addictions, temptations, blah, 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 blah. This is why it was like either the heart is wicked or the flesh is wicked. I heard that a couple quotes, but you'll hear Jesus say stuff like that. And then there's another one. Oh, and P.S. if you're not aware, this is going to piss people off. But it's the truth. So you can look it up for yourself. You can deny them if you want. But what I need people to realize, okay, and this is one of the hardest things, all right, is that this not the same people, because they're dead and gone, but the same kind of people that killed Jesus Christ back in the day, okay, that convinced everybody, like we should, oh, there's murder and you know it. You know the story. Those are the same type of people that gave you your Bible, and those are the same people, the same group, like the same mentality, the same energy, okay? They gave you your Bible, and they've done all this today. They're in charge of the world today. These are these elites and these people like that. That's the same spirit of people, okay? So they removed Gospels and text from those books. There are people that are aware that there's way more books than were put in this text, this Bible. And they left it out. Why do you think they did that? Because they didn't want you to know about the rest. They didn't want you to figure out how Jesus became that way. They didn't want you to know the rest. They didn't want you to know about reincarnation. Okay? There's a lot of these Gospels from the Nag Hammadi Sea Scrolls, okay, that I do have copies of that I had on my Telegram channel, all of them. And I actually have them in video format in my playlists, but it might be in the Gnosticism and Esoteric playlist. Why? I just put a whole bunch of stuff in there. There's, I think, hold on, I can check. There might be 248 videos in there. But you can go down the list and you'll see them. All these, it's from Ultra Crucian Media or something. There's channels that have these full versions, but I have them in there. I can just click on it and see. How do you do it this way, or is it going to go to the playlist? Yeah, of course it goes to the entire playlist. Hold on, it might make a noise. Oops. Okay. Let me just check to see if they are for absolute sure. If not, I can get them. I will find them. But they are there for your use. Oh yeah, the Gospel of Truth, Nag Hammadi Library. Yeah. Altrusian Grace Media. That's what it was from. See, I remember vaguely. I have slight photographic memory, but because of, it's a little foggy sometimes. Yeah. So I was right. They are in there. So you can watch them. Now, what I'm going to leave you with is I didn't grab it because the book, of course, well, I guess it doesn't. But anyway, I'll just say that one of the first books that I read was The Gods of Eden. I'll just go grab it. The Gods of Eden was recommended to me by Alex Collier, so he knows all of this stuff too. I mean, they may be ignorant. They may be being fooled themselves. They may, you know? Like, I don't know for sure. They may be being deceived themselves by these beings that are around them. You know, maybe that's part of the test. Because the beings that I met told me they used to live here a long time ago before humans were ever thought. They told me they were Anunnaki. We have done this together, right live on this video, okay? Where you saw that I said that this is why they told me that they're, and why I connected them to the Jinn, the middle children of creation. The angels are the oldest, then the Jinn, then us, the youngest creation, okay? So I'm dealing with the middle children, right? Yeah. I don't know what it's like to be a middle child, but I heard it was rough. So I read this. He also recommended this one, Gods of Eden. I will post copies of them. I found them both. There should be on other videos too, but some of them I did not put back up because I need to talk about these things again without being so emotional and hurt about it. You know, because it did deeply affect my life. Like, I loved these people. So I had to get through that. So this one's by George C. Andrews. This one goes into like the psychological aspects of, you know, not being believed and things like that. I really enjoyed this one. And both Alex Collier recommends this book from his little video from the 1990s where he's warning everybody about these beings and about the culling and stuff like that. Corey Good talked about the culling. They all know about this. Corey Good was the one who said it's an esoteric religion. That's what this is an esoteric, it's not really a religion, but more of, it's a secret society. Kind of like a mystery school thing. Okay? That's the Ouroboros, the Ankh. That's the, that's Buddha, that's Buddhist. Okay? That is an ancient symbol that you see sometimes on UFO craft and stuff. There's actually a really good book. Hold on. Here they are. There's a really good book by Robert Zephyr on the Vril. Vril is actually energy. Okay, Vril is another word for chi, prana, life force. That is Vril. It has nothing to do with reptilian alien eye parasites and bullshit like that. Vril is energy. So Robert Zephyr does this book here. See? And these people, I mean, it says in here, and I figure that after, like, what is her name? Maria Orsic? Orchik? Her. That's the lady with the long hair. That's Vril. That's why I have long hair. Because this is energy. Our energy spirits. There's a lot of ladies with the long hair with the braids that used to, like, I forget if it is the Vril Society, where they were channeling these spiritual beings, these extraterrestrials, which, you know, it's not. But yeah, that has to do with this. It's quite complicated. Hold on. Listen to this. This is on page 34. I just opened to this page, so maybe it was meant to. The solar system, Aldebaran, has a sun around which revolve 2 inhabited planets. I'll do that after. I'm going to check what it says about Aldebaran in Claudio's and Elena's books. The population of Aldebaran system is divided into the original pure race of people. That's probably the blonde-haired, blue-eyed thing. There's a lot of those blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. Divided into the original pure race of people, Aryans, and several other human races that had developed by genetic mutation from the parent population because of climate changes brought about by nuclear war upon the planets. There's actually evidence of nuclear war. Look at that glass from the desert there. What's that weird-ass green glass? There's evidence of nuclear war and explosions out there. Here on Earth, like from long ago. Shit, where was I? Oh, nuclear war upon the planets. The more the races intermixed, the lower the spiritual development of these people collectively sank, which led to the situation that when the sun, Aldebaran, began expanding, they could no longer maintain the space travel technology of their forefathers and could not leave the planets by their own means. The genetically degraded races, totally dependent upon the master race, had to be evacuated and were brought to other inhabitable, in my artwork introduction video, the second one though, where it's like da-da-da-da-das with the earth and I'm like praying and crying, okay? I talk about Mars. I remember the evacuation. The genetically degraded races, totally dependent upon the master race, had to be evacuated and were brought to other inhabitable planets. They colonized our solar system, starting with the planet Malona, also called Maldek, Marduk, or Phaeton, Phaeton, among Russians. That existed at the time between Mars and Jupiter, now occupied by an asteroid belt. It's destroyed. I think Tiamat was gone too. Mars was next. That's what happened to Mars. Their atmosphere was destroyed and everything. Despite their physical and cultural differences, all races were, well, when I heard that, they said they blew themselves up back in the day. So, yeah, and Claudio Nocelli talks about that. I didn't know that's what that meant. I didn't know that they did that to themselves in order to not be conquered by this conquering race. That's what it says in his books. But anyway, Mars was next. Despite their physical and cultural differences, all the races respected one another and did not interfere with each other. Neither the so-called genetically pure people nor the mutated hybrid races. Each respected that the others just made their own developments in contrast to what happens on Earth. That's why it says what happens on Earth affects everybody else. Members of the Vril Society believed that these ancient astronauts landed on Earth following global cataclysms and upheavals when the planet became slowly habitable again, re-establishing agriculture, civilizations in with rivers for irrigation, such as Mesopotamia. They formed the dominant ruling nobility of the Sumerians and various other societies, governing through the elite bloodline and segregated caste system. I know that word from India because they also have a caste system. Interracial interbreeding, mixing blood was strictly taboo. So that's from this book here. And I've read it before, but I just don't remember. Well, actually, I didn't read the entire thing, but I did read that part before about Maria, because I figured that's where they went to when they left Aldebaran. Because there she is right here. Okay, let's hear this. When the German secret societies came into being after World War I, the world's leading authorities on archaeology and linguistics, especially regarding ancient Sumer and Babylon, were primarily German. A medium named Moria Orsic began getting messages in an unknown language and couldn't transcribe them, so began meeting with key members of these members of these societies along with other mediums. This is spirit realm. What is a medium? Connecting with the spirit realm, giving you messages from your loved one. Oh my god. Anyway, there's this lady in my town, and anyway, she charges like $500 to sit with her and have her tell you, your daddy's singing Rockabye Baby. This girl was bawling her eyes out telling me how she paid her $500 and got so ripped off. Fraud. There's a lot of people just doing it for money because they can take advantage of others and their ignorance. It's awful. The messages supposedly came from the star system of Aldebaran, an orange giant located about 65 light years away in the zodiac constellation of Taurus, which they believed has two planets that were said to exist, two classes of people: the Aryan or original pure race, and a subservient race which had developed in a negative fashion as a result of mutation from climate changes, likely due to nuclear fallout. Is this what created reptilians? From Peter Moon's book, The Black Sun. A 500 million years ago, the Aryans, Elohim, or elder race, Elohim, began to colonize our solar system as Aldebarans became inhabitable. Marduk, existing in what is today the asteroid belt, it's gone, was the first to be colonized. Then Mars. When they came to Earth, these Aryans were known as Sumerians. Okay? So my video is almost an hour. I hope that I have covered that enough because I'm starting to get tired. Again, I'll show you the name of the books. This is Occult Secrets of Vril by Robert Zephyr. Oops. Extraterrestrials Among Us by George C. Andrews. The Gods of Eden by William Bromley. The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. Gods with Amnesia, Robert Zephyr. Naked Soul, Astral Travel and Cosmic Relationships, Marlene Marie Druhan. The Land of the Gods, H.P. Blavatsky. Now, when this lady contacted me through the spirit realm, okay, it was very short, I only met her briefly. She begged me just to read 5 pages of her book. And so I actually read 10. This is the truth. I'm not lying or bullshitting to you. She begged me to read just 5 pages, she said. Come here, dear. She begged me. So I did. And I realized what she was doing with this. This is also like an astral travel. She's using a story to show you much more information, just like Claudio and Elena did. Okay? I mean, I don't want to discuss it anymore. But yeah. So this is the land of the gods. The long hidden story of visiting the masters of wisdom in Shambhala. Okay? Yeah, and this is a very old story. It was first, it says in the beginning, it was first put out a long time ago. 1910? Wait. This book was originally published anonymously by a mysterious student of occultism in What is Hidden in 1887 under the title An Adventure Among the Rosicrucians. The rose represents the same thing as the lotus, the ascension process, the opening, okay, of the soul, the blossoming of the soul. Yeah, with copyright in the name of Franz Hartmann. See, I think it was that women weren't really allowed to write and do something like that. They weren't respected or well looked upon, so it just would have been disregarded. So sometimes women pretended to be men. But this, I think it seems that someone else published it for her, you see? Oh, wait. In the name Franz Hartmann, Helena Blavatsky reviewed it, describing it as a strange and original little story, charmingly fantastic. Yeah, I know she speaks funny like back in the day, but full of poetic feeling and what is more of deep philosophical and occult truths. That's what it is. It's full of allegory, symbolism, and stuff that's hidden in with it. If you know what to look for, you'll find it, and it's teaching you. For those who can perceive the groundwork it is built upon. Thank you, madam. Thank you for not forgetting about me. Yeah. So, oh, and the last one is I have here is The Initiates of the Flame by Manly P. Hall. That's your soul spark, or your God spark, your divine spark. That's your flame. That's your star seed. Yeah. Okay. I really, really hope this helps. I know that it's long, but it is 100% necessary. Yeah. I don't even know what I'm going to title it. Let's talk about them aliens. Okay, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you like my shirt. It says, live by the sun and dream by the moon. It's got the balances here. It's got the lotus flower like I was just telling you about. And if you see Sailor Moon's crystal, it's a lotus like this. Her little crystal that she has there when she's holding it in her hands, that's the lotus flower. So it has the moon, the sun, and this triangle. Okay? I really loved it. I got it off the site Temu. I'm not trying to like sell that or anything or make money off of it. It's just I find cheap little things on there and it's good, you know? So I'll share it. If you want to buy it, go ahead. I don't care. I told this lady yesterday when I was on my walk, she was like, oh my gosh, I love your whole outfit and the way you put it together. And I said, well, you can get the entire thing on Temu. And I said, if I see you next week in the exact same thing, I'm not going to be mad. Go ahead, girl. Do it. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, go get yourself a straw hat. You know? It doesn't bother me. It just goes to show that, you know, I've got some nice style and they're more than welcome to use it. I don't care. So, yeah. This is my way of showing love and care. I'm not trying to be better than anybody else. I don't want anything from you. Just your appreciation that I've taken the time to do this, that's it. I don't need your money. I don't need nothing. Okay? This is not a scam. This isn't a gimmick. This is just so that you can really and truthfully, honestly be able to graduate out of here without all this riffraff to have to sift through. It took me like 14 years now It's been ages. Literally. You know, I've reincarnated quite a few times. I don't remember them. I don't believe people who say they remember them all. You'd be mad as the Hatter. Way worse. Do you ever see that episode of True Blood? There's a multi-dimensional fairy where she's like, Sookie, and then all of a sudden she's like, hey, you like New Kids on the Block? And Sookie's like, I guess. That's the level of weird we're dealing with. I'll have to put that down there. Because seriously, I can get like that sometimes. When you're really connected to source, it gets weird. Like, in just like the spirit realm is weird too. It'll change and mold and form to your own thoughts and feelings. You can see an example of that in The Legend of Korra, which is like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's a Nickelodeon show. Excellent. I loved it. Both Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. But you can see in there when she goes into the spirit realm, it shows you about how her emotions and her mindset is affected. Even the beings around her start to be affected. Please let me remember all this stuff I said. I'll have to rewatch it and then look for all this stuff that I said because I know I'm going to forget. And always check the description of the video. That's where it's going to be. If it's not there, for whatever reason, I'll put it in like a pinned comment. I do that sometimes. If it won't fit in the description box, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, goodness, it's an hour. So let's hope people watch. And spread the news. You know, you don't have to, I don't care even about like the channel. Like, the channel's not going, it's not monetized. I turn off monetization. I thought that that would get rid of ads, but I don't think it does. So I mean, it's really nice for people to share it, but it doesn't bother me. Like, you can just take what I've said and share it with others. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not about me, it's about us together as one, like we're supposed to be. So, yeah. I know this is difficult because there are so many people, you know, and I don't know if it's because it's the situation of the world and how difficult it is for people to make money now and to survive. It is based on survival, you see, so people will do desperate things normally that they wouldn't do if that wasn't the circumstance. I mean, not everybody does this, okay, but some people do. And yeah, like I said, like maybe Claudio can't find a job in Argentina that he can support himself. You know what I mean? The economy is really bad there. Just go look. It's awful. They have inflation rates like 300%. It's crazy. So, I mean, I don't regret buying his books. I'm glad to have helped him. Even Elena, but I only bought her first one, and that was that, you know. Yeah. So that's why she says, connect with your spirit guides. They live on the etheric planes of their planets. So they're not on Jupiter. We can't see them. They're on etheric plane. She said this. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's good because then I don't have to buy any more books. You know? I could buy belts and straw hats and dresses instead. You know? Okay. I'll, just let me show you my straw hat. Hang on, and then I'll go. Hey, so it looks kind of funny with this t-shirt, but it looks so cute when you've got that black dress that I was wearing with those little flower earrings. It's so cute. Here's my floppy hat. And I love it. And it's big and it keeps me from the sun. You can have like this part down like this. So like you're walking down the road and you're all like mysterious looking. I just love it. And everyone loves my hat. I get so many compliments on it. It's got this adorable little ribbon. Got a little ribbon. You see? Oh, wait. A ribbon. And one more surprise. Marvin! Hey, Marv! Marvin! He was sitting here. He just got here, though, when I sat back down. So, Salem's somewhere sleeping. Anyway, this can't be too long or people won't watch. I hope you enjoyed it. Here, Marv. Whoop. Say bye. Say bye. Oh, bye. Marvin says bye. Murmur says goodbye. Have a good day. Yeah. He put his leash on today and he came outside with me a little bit, but then a car went by and he almost ran up the screen to get back inside. Yes, but you were so brave. You were very brave. I love you. Take care, everybody. Oh, my baby. Bye.